Hey everyone, welcome to the Best U.S. Mint News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 20th of July, 2025. In this video, we might have a new mint director soon. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. In fact, it's ginormous. You can look it up, pause the video, and check it out. Now, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, let's go over here to Money Metals. No, they don't pay me. I'm going to show you where the spot prices end of the week. No, see, here we go. Gold ended the week at 33.62.55, silver at 38.36, platinum at 14.46.15, palladium 12.74.05, and Dr. Copper ended the week at 5.58 per pound. Over here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.69 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They have you paying $45 and a nickel. The buyback, that's the sell to them price, is $39.73. And that is definitely above the silver spot price at 38.36. Now over here to the United States White House webpage, it says nominations sent to the Senate. And this is nominations and appointments from July 17th. That was 3 days ago now. And if we go down to here, it says Paul Hollis of Louisiana to be director of the Mint for a term of 5 years. Vice Ventress C. Gibson. There it is. That's the Action Jackson. And let's check it out. We're going to go to the, we're not going to go to the typical online coin journals. We're actually going to go to Louisiana itself. Well, why? Because I think they're more familiar with this person than maybe the coin journals are. Now let's do this. It says Trump nominates Paul Hollis, BESE member and former St. Tammany legislator, to run U.S. Mint. There's a picture of the fellow right there. Now it says here when he was a little kid, and this is where it kind of gets a little dicey. I don't understand it, but there's some other things going on here. I'll show you. Is this already the first part of the controversy of this person? Well, let's find out. It says here when he was a little kid, Paul Hollis said his grandmother gave him a peace dollar from the Great Depression, sparking a lifelong love of coins. On Thursday, President Donald Trump nominated Hollis, an elected member of the Louisiana Board of Secondary and Elementary Education, all right, now, and a former state representative from St. Tammany Parish, to run the U.S. Mint, the government agency in charge of making the nation's coins, and a few other things, right? Part of the bullion depository in Kentucky. Yowza. The nomination now heads to the U.S. Senate, which will have a confirmation hearing. Hollis of Mandeville said he plans to carry the same peace dollar in his pocket to that hearing. That's kind of cool. I carry an American Silver Eagle everywhere I go, and that would be the Type 1 from 2021. That's a bullion version. The peace dollar is a dollar coin first made in 1921 to commemorate the end of World War I. He says here, Hollis says, I'm thrilled about it. A coin collector said of his nomination. As part of the process, he spoke with Treasury officials. The U.S. Mint is a bureau in the Department of the Treasury, and after the nomination, received a call of congratulations from Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson, who he said he had recommended him to Trump. There you go. I think Hollis and Johnson had served in the state's legislature together. So there you go, a little bit of a connection there. Hollis, a Republican, served 3 terms in the State House of Representatives between 2012 and 2024. In 2023, he won BESE's 1st district seat, which covers St. Tammany Parish and parts of Jefferson and Orleans parishes. Hollis said he had spoken with Governor Jeff Landry about his recent nomination, and that Landry plans to appoint a replacement to the board. A spokesperson for Landry did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Now, here we go. This is where it's all about. He says, I love Louisiana, but the calling is to serve in Washington, D.C. I added the D.C. part, Hollis said. The numismatist. Here we go. Hollis said he would be the first director of the United States Mint, which was established in 1792 from Louisiana, and the only numismatist. What? Yeah, that's what he's saying. A term for the coin collector that he admits can be difficult to pronounce. Yes, indeed, he's not wrong there. It's been a passion that I have had for my entire life, he said. My brothers wondered, why would you sit there and stare at the coin? Yeah, has anybody asked you that? He says, but I loved it. After graduating from Louisiana State University, LSU, that's a really amazing campus, and some amazing baseball players come out of there. Alex Bregman, ring a bell? Right, Louisiana State University in 1994 with a degree in political science. He joined Blanchard & Company, a rare coin firm based in New Orleans, right? Then in 2003, he started his own firm, Paul Hollis Rare Coins, selling collectibles on home shopping channels. That's amazing, isn't it? Right there, home shopping. Now, he wrote a book called The American Numismatist about the nation's history and coins. After years in politics, he said this nomination is the cherry on top of the sundae. Now, isn't that funny? These politicians, Do they really want to be politicians, or would they rather be something else? Well, I think this gentleman found out what he really wants to be, and it's not a politician, it's the director of the United States Mint. As director, Hollis would oversee plans to phase out the penny, which right here, he said he would also be involved in U.S. Mint celebration of the 250th anniversary of the nation. And he said also that he does support deletion of the penny. All right, so he's got that going for him, I guess. They're tangible links to our nation's history, he said, of coins. He pointed to how John F. Kennedy was added to the half dollar after he was assassinated, and how Abraham Lincoln was put on the penny in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birthday. Every coin, there's a reason for it. Absolutely, no doubt about it. The Mint's previous director, Ventures Gibson, who was the first African-American director, oversaw the rollout of the commemorative coin program celebrating the life of abolitionist Harriet Tubman. Gibson, who was appointed in June 2022, stepped down in March. Kristie McNally is currently the acting director of the Mint. So here we go, folks. So we know that Miss Ventures Gibson was an HR specialist, no doubt about it. And then Miss Kristie McNally, well, she's a numbers cruncher. She's more of an accountant. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing today with the Mint's right-sizing their products and sales. And now this new guy here, Hollis, well, he's a numismatist. And what does that mean for the collector and the United States Mint? Are they going to get their act together? Are they going to be more communicative? Are they going to give us more products that a numismatist would want? Well, let's find out, right? I mean, I think we need to give them some time to figure it all out. And how much time is needed, I don't know. But it would be really cool if he would stop making silver medals and put silver coins together, like work with the legislative body in Congress to get rid of those medals. That would be something. Hollis will also oversee the Mint's police force, which he said has about 500 deputies who protect Mint assets and personnel. He will also oversee Fort Knox, the Kentucky location where the U.S. keeps a large portion of its gold reserves, and so does Denver, I hear, as well as other Mint facilities in New York, Philadelphia, and Denver. What's going on in New York? Oh yeah, West Point, New York, right? Sure. He intends to keep his residence in Mandeville in addition to a residence in Washington, D.C., he said. He's married with 2 children, a 12-year-old son and a 21-year-old daughter. That's a good spacing right there. Hollis' nomination will now be heard by the U.S. Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, and if approved, would then go to a vote by the full Senate. Now, what coin did he get from his grandmama to make him coin collect, right? Look at this. It says it's a peace dollar, right? His grandmama gave him a peace dollar from the Great Depression, sparking a lifelong love of coins. Well, I don't know if that's so true. It could be. I don't know. But look at this. This is another article. Oh, by the way, the other one was from NOLA.com, dated July 17 by Willie Sweet, or Sweat. I'm going to say that probably wrong there. I'm sorry. Now, this is by Julie O'Donoghue, July 17, 2025, from the Louisiana Illuminator. Trump picks Louisiana State School Board member, coin aficionado, to run the U.S. Mint. I guess they couldn't find the term numismatist. Maybe it was too hard to pronounce, like Mr. Hollis said. Now, it says here, President Donald Trump has nominated Louisiana State School Board member Paul Hollis to run the U.S. Mint, which is responsible for producing American coin money. American coin money. Circulate. What? Okay. It's been a life's dream to have this opportunity, said Hollis, who started studying coins as a child and works as a rare coin dealer professionally. The Mandeville Republican described himself as a numismatist, somebody who intensely studies the history and manufacturing of coins. After graduating from LSU in 1994, Hollis spent a decade working for Blanchard and Company, a rare coin and precious metals firm in New Orleans. He eventually started his own rare coin business in 2011 and in 2011 published a book called The American Numismatist, which explored the nation's coin production through history. I think that's pretty wild. I probably should get that book. I don't think there's anybody better qualified than... Wait a minute. I don't think there's anybody better qualified than me to run the U.S. Mint, Hollis said in an interview on Thursday. Now, is that overconfidence? Is that arrogance? Or is that just confidence coming through? Or does he really know that he's really the best one for the job ever in the history of ever? His appointment requires U.S. Senate confirmation, and he expects the hearing to be scheduled in the next 2 months. The Mint director reports to the U.S. Treasury Secretary and serves a 5-year term. And that makes me think right now, which product is going to have, well, so there's Miss Ventures Gibson, Kristie McNally, and then possibly Mr. Hollis here. Now, which product from the United States Mint end with Miss Ventures Gibson's signature on the back, because the COA generally has the Mint's director, right, having a signature on there. And it's not a real one. It's just a facsimile. And which product is going to have Kristie McNally on it, right? Because remember, I think it was the in between the interim of Director Ryder and Ventures Gibson, I think the first product that And I think it was Dune. The Dune dollar was a congratulations set. So that kind of makes me wonder which product is going to have his signature, which one's going to have Kristie McNally's signature. And that might not be a big deal to you, but it's interesting well, to me anyway. In the job, Hollis would oversee 6 manufacturing plants where American coins and honorary medals are made, as well as the Mint's 500 law enforcement agents. The director is also in charge of the U.S. government's gold reserves in Kentucky, known as Fort Knox. Kristie McNally currently has served as interim U.S. Mint director since Ventures Gibson, the appointee from former President Joe Biden, stepped down from the role at Trump's request in March. Yowza, right? And why do they have him go for 5-year terms if the president can nominate them and just get rid of them at the whim? Maybe it should be reconfirmed every 2 years, every 3 years, or every 4th year, but 5 years seems like a bit much. Now, since 2024, Hollis has represented District 1 on the Louisiana Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, that's BESE, which includes St. Tammany and portions of Jefferson, Orleans, and, oh my goodness, Tangifoa parishes. I probably didn't say that right at all. And if you're from Louisiana and you know how to say it, I apologize. He previously served in the Louisiana House of Representatives from 2012 to 2023. Yeah, is that a lifelong politician? Could be, but not so much, right? That's not like from his birth till, Hollis will have to resign his state school board seat to take the Mint director job, but he isn't sure when he will step down just yet. He's got to be confirmed, right? His departure will likely be followed by the interim appointment of a new school board member by Governor Jeff Landry, and then a special election to fill the seat permanently. So he's an educator, right? He is an educator. And that's one thing about coin collecting and being a numismatist. It's all about the education. And sometimes you buy something and you pay way too much money for it. And just like education, going to college, education can be very expensive, especially if you're making those mistakes. So that's why education is huge. If you don't own the Red Book, just read the first 20, 25 pages and you'll become a whole new different type of collector. And from there, I would say you could probably focus on and do you want a lot of wide knowledge, of everything? Or do you want to have a narrow scope where you just collect one type of thing and become a professional in that? And I got to say, to become a professional or a renowned world expert in anything, you probably have to do it every day for 10 years. I know that sounds silly and it might sound difficult, but I imagine it might pay off after that 10th year, especially if you're going to be doing it every year. You will become an expert. I got that. I just got that feeling. It's just one of those things, and I don't think it's gas. All right, it says here, Hollis has said he reached out to President Donald. Oh, okay, here we go. Hollis said he reached out to President Donald Trump and U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson ahead of the 2024 election to express his interest in becoming the Mint director if Trump won a second term. Johnson and Hollis served in the Louisiana House together and are friends. Oh, there you go. Hollis said, assuming they're from the same state and they served together in the legislative body, right? And they're both Republicans. Assuming he receives Senate confirmation, Hollis said he is most excited about helping the U.S. government celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence next year, which will come with a new batch of coins. Now, what will he have to do with the 250th anniversary of the United States? He's excited about helping the U.S. government celebrate. He's going to help. He's going to put the party together. That's basically what it is, because we already know what all the coins are going to be. And what else is there? I don't know. Let's find out. And he will also assist in the phasing out of the penny. The Mint is expected to stop producing the 1-cent coins early in 2026. Yeah, that's huge. That's a big deal. And will we see any more pennies in 2027? Probably not. And are they nifty? I don't know. It's a definite possibility of a firm maybe that numismatists might get lucky, all right, if they actually do keep those in the proof sets, the silver proof sets, and the uncirculated coin sets. And what if the United States Mint actually sold them in rolls and bags? Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd probably buy a bag and put them out in circulation. What are these 2027 coins doing out here in circulation? I thought they get rid of them. Nope. And then there's me. All right, now check this out. Hollis said his favorite coin is the one that launched his interest in numismatics as a child. When he was 7, his grandmama gave him a $2.50 Indian gold coin made in New Orleans during the Great Depression. Wait a minute. And that's one of these here. Hi, there you go. So this is the $2.50 Indian Quarter Eagle, 1908 to 1929. There they are. There's the top pick. Some are graded, some are raw. But really, I mean, that's a head scratcher, because his grandma gave him a peace dollar, or did his grandma give him a gold coin? I mean, if my grandma gave me a gold coin, I'd be like, yep, this is what I want to do. So what is the truth? I don't know. But there it is. There's two different versions of the same story, could be. And this is actually WDSU, local live late breaking news, right? Channel 6, former Louisiana senator appointed director of the Mint. And this one actually is just a video. It's probably less than a minute long or so. And there's not much going on here, but check out this video. That's that coin, that $2.50 quarter right there. Bam. Well, it's not a quarter, but it's quarter eagle. Whoops. Yeah, quarter eagle. Bingo. Now, one more thing to show you before I roll out of here. There's Kristie McNally right there. And like I said, if you look here, she is, well, she's a numbers person, okay? And that's a big deal. And she also, well, she's pretty hardcore, and I really dig her. And when I met her, she was really cool, really easy to get along with. And I think I'm going to miss that lady right there because she right-sized a lot of the products. I mean, look, 90,000 uncirculated American Silver Eagles. What? Yeah. And then drop down the uncirculateds from 275 to 150. What? Yeah. So she, I think, is responsible for saving the Mint and putting it on the right path to, well, to stay in business, so to speak. Now let's keep on keeping on. I want to thank M. Ash for this one right here. This is a $1 lucky 777 note, and believe it or not, it starts with 3 sevens right there, and this is $5.95 each, and this product will be available for sale July 21st, 2025 at noon tomorrow. Whoa. So that's kind of cool, and that's lucky money. If you look at, and really, I mean, I don't think currency is really hot right now. But this isn't so bad. $6 for $1, right? That's a good ratio. Well, if you like lucky money, wouldn't it be cool if it was more than 3 sevens? What if it was all sevens? Wow, that would be pretty sweet. Now, let's get on to those plus ones. I got 2 plus ones for you today. Now, this is Proverbs 6, 16 through 19. It says here, the Lord hates these 6, but the 7th is the abomination of his soul. Haughty eyes, that's like arrogant and prideful eyes. A false tongue, that's a liar. Pants on fire. Hands spilling innocent blood, that's pretty obvious there. A heart plotting iniquitous thoughts. Yep. Whoops, sorry about that. I won't do that again. Feet hastening, running to evil. Whoa, yeah, I'm going to go straight to the evil, right? A false witness, spouting lies, and one who stirs up strife among brethren. Yowza, that's bad news. And what I think that all means, the root of discord often lies in personal sinfulness and a desire to cause division and harm. That's the one he doesn't like the most. And that's not cool. Not at all. Now let's go here to 395 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Whoa, where'd it go? Whoa, there it is. This is Bungle in the Jungle. And this basically is a song that explores the human condition through the animal kingdom's analogies. So there's talking about lions and monkeys and tigers and, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And it's pretty wild. Now, there's another song I wanted to introduce you to if you haven't heard it. It's from Run DMC, and it's called Christmas in Hollis. There it is. So that's dedicated to you, Mr. Hollis. Cool name. And with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Well, it's membership. And that's $1.99 per month. And it helps these videos keep coming out each and every single day. Try that at home. Not easy, folks. Not easy at all. But you know what? I'm going to keep doing it till I can't do it no more. And if I do this every day for 10 years, maybe, just maybe, I'll become an expert in this field as well. Just one day, I'm hoping. Now, y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Stacker out.